Hi there, thanks for clicking on the blog today. So I've called this blog How to Feel Better When Life is Crap. Sorry for the base language, but I think we all respond to those sentiments. So maybe you've tuned in today because you're working too hard, too many hours, and perhaps a job that you don't like. Perhaps you're just getting too bogged down by juggling family commitments and work and everything else that you've got on your plate. Or maybe you're caring for someone that's sick and that's becoming quite hard to do. So when life's getting us down, when we just hate our current circumstances, there's a couple of things that we can do to make that feel better. First of all, I would say just think of the things that you can change and don't worry about what you can't. So you perhaps can't change some of the family juggling. You might not be able to change your job in the sort of current economic circumstances. It just might not be possible to swap it around that much at the moment. So focus on the things that you can do round the edge of those commitments that'll make you feel better. So for example, if you're working too hard, maybe is it feasible maybe once or twice a week that you actually do take a decent lunch break? Get out, have something nice to eat somewhere, go for a walk, perhaps meet up with a friend. Or likewise at the end of the day, if you're working late all the time, whilst it might not be realistic to leave the office at 5:30 every night, perhaps you can do that one night a week and get away at a decent time, and then do something nice with that time. Perhaps go somewhere, treat yourself, have an hour around the shops, or get to go to the gym, or go for a walk, or just get home and have a telefest, so perhaps some programs that you've been saving up and recording. So I find that if we can do things around the edge of our have-to commitments, that certainly makes life better. Also, resurrecting a hobby can make the day job more bearable. So if you're into cooking or windsurfing or horse riding or bike riding, whatever it is, when was the last time you did that? And is it time to start doing it again? And again, sort of from a realistic point of view, it might not be possible to do that every week or every weekend, but could you say go out and do something for yourself, one weekend a month, put 3 or 4 hours on one side and really go out and do something that you love? Because again, I find when you do that, that helps life feel better. It means that your job doesn't get you down so much, or whatever those sort of circumstances are. When you're having times when you can have a good time, then you can cope with the stresses when you're not having such a good time. The other tip that I've got for this circumstance, when life's just crap and it is very hard and stressful, in these times we tend to think about what we don't have, what we need to get. We get obsessed with what would make it better. And that might not always be a realistic obsession. So what I find takes some of the stress away is not thinking about what you don't have, but by being thankful for what you do. And I know from my own experience, when I'm sort of bogged down with life circumstances, I have to remind myself to do this, but it does help when I do. When you get to the end of the day, it's really worth thinking about 3 things that were good or positive about that day. Now, I know some of you are probably watching this thinking, oh, it's all awful, how can anything possibly be good? But, I'm just talking about little things. So, maybe someone gave you a seat on the train, or the lady in the coffee shop smiled and had a chat with you, or you got on well with one of your colleagues that you don't normally get on so well with, or you just stopped for a moment and realised what a lovely sunset it was, or that the roses are out now, or whatever it is. Sometimes we have to look for small good things and then pay attention and be thankful to them at the end of the day. And again, that helps change our mindset, so we're less bogged down, less focused, less like this enormous problem that seems to face us daily. And that helps us get a little bit of perspective and changes our mindset. And that in time then might help you make the changes that you need to make to your life, whether it's family circumstances or work circumstances, that can gradually ease the problem that's getting you down at the moment. So to summarise, what can you do to help your circumstances? And that might be just a simple other thing about doing something nice around the edge of your work day or around the edge of your family commitments. And also look for the positive, look for the small positives in your daily life, and that should help you feel a little bit better. Thanks very much.